Hi, I'm doing this makeup tutorial. I'm calling it like a rose gold glowy skin tutorial. I'm using makeup from my makeup kit. That way, if anybody wants to book with me or my other makeup artists, they know what products we use and what to expect. This look is ideal for somebody who wants really glowing skin and a soft eye. So if you're interested, keep on watching. In this next clip, you'll see my skin's really bad, really red. I have a lot of texture, so I'm going to be going really in depth. Right now I'm adding MAC Fast Response Eye Cream under the eyes and on the lids. That way it helps with puffiness and so makeup doesn't settle into the lines. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Essential Oils. My skin's kind of dry right now on the outer perimeter, so I'm adding that. But I'm avoiding my nose and my chin just because I'm more oily there. This is the MAC Strobe Cream. I use this on all of my clients. This shade right here is Gold Light. I'm using this as a moisturizer. This just brings an extra radiance to the skin. I either use this one or Pink Light, but today I chose Gold Light, and I'm just putting this all over with a flat paddle brush. And like I said, this is a very in-depth on glowing skin, so I'm using MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just putting that over just to add some more hydration to my skin. Now I'm using Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and I'm gonna place that all over my skin as well with the same flat paddle brush. I'm going to be taking this shade right here, which is Innocent, on a big blending brush, and I'm just going to be putting that right above my brow bone and just sweeping it back and forth. Going in with the second transition shade, this one is called Bold, and I'm taking it on an even smaller blending brush. This one is more compact, so it'll bring even more product on the brush. And I'm going to be placing, I'm showing you right here, it's in the socket, you can feel it. So I'll be placing it there just to emphasize that area even more. Next, I'm going to be mixing Profesh and Mod. Profesh is like a taupey gray color. Mod is more of a burgundy. And I'm going to just be placing that on the outer crease. I'm using that same blending brush. I tried to use not that many brushes. That way you could see that you could really create a whole look from not so many brushes. And I'm just placing that on the outer part of my eye. I also wanted to mention that wherever you put your brush first is where the most product's gonna be. So if you really wanna emphasize the outer part of your eye, you're obviously gonna put it, there first. If you put it in the middle, that's where most of the eyeshadow is gonna be, so that's where you want the most focus. So I'm just putting this on the upper corner of my eye and just trying to blend it on out. Just keeping it really soft though. I'm using the Morphe 24G palette. I'm taking that champagne colored shimmery shade, and I'm taking it on a flat brush. And these are really good for packing on color. I'm spraying it with MAC Fix Plus. This just intensifies any shade that's more shimmery. And I'm just patting that all over my eyelid. It might look a little bit messy, but we'll clean it up and it'll look nice and all together at the end. And just to clean up the messy eyelid, I'm taking that transition shade again and I'm just running it along the crease just to clean up what I had just done. Going into that same palette, I'm using this rose gold color, and I'm just gonna take that same blending brush that I've been using and just put it on the outer corners even smaller and bring it onto my lid into a C motion. And I'm just gonna blend it on out and just creating more of a rose gold moment. I pat it and then I blend it. I'm taking MAC's Teddy. This is an eyeliner, and I'm going to tightline my eyes, which is essentially just putting eyeliner on the inner rim up top. And I look like a crazy person doing this, but there's no way that you can't look crazy trying to tightline your eyes. And this next thing I'm doing is great for people who aren't very good at eyeliner. So I'm just taking that pencil and I'm running it across the top of my eye, and this does not have to look perfect. As you can tell, I'm just doing it very. Next, I'm going to take an angled brush. I'm actually using that same exact brush that I did my eyebrows with. I'm going to spray it with MAC Fix Plus. That way the eyeliner is just a little bit easier to blend out. And I'm just going to blend the eyeliner on top, just so it looks much softer. And this is why it didn't have to look perfect, because you're just gonna blend it anyway. I'm going to be adding some false lashes, and a little trick for everyone is to put your eyelash glue on something. I'm just putting it here on this eyelash palette, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let it sit there for a little bit and get tacky, and then I'll apply my eyelash. You never want to just put the eyelash glue on and then put your eyelashes on. It'll be so much harder to apply your eyelash. So right now, while it's getting tacky, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I'll put some, just like one quick coat of mascara on. I'm taking a makeup remover and I'm just cleaning up around my eye and just sharpening up that wing. So now that the glue has been dried down and it's gotten tacky, I'll apply it onto the strip, and I like to wiggle it into a U shape and just kind of curve it out a little bit more, because sometimes they can be more wide, and this just gives it more shape, which is easier to apply to your actual eyelid. I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown palette, which I love. This is full of different foundations and concealers, and I'm first going to spot conceal. Like I said, my face is very broken out and bad right now, so my skin, I'm just gonna spot conceal, and it looks a little crazy right now, but my nose tends to be very oily, so I found this trick to be really good, which is where I just put concealer on my nose, and this just makes sure that my makeup doesn't shift throughout the day, and it doesn't break up, because sometimes that can happen where you're more oily. So I'm just putting some concealer on my nose and on my cheeks where I'm a little bit more red, and this just really helps in those areas. I'm just continuing to conceal my problem areas. You want to use a thicker concealer when you're trying to cover up blemishes or any dark spots. So that's what I'm doing here, and the Bobbi Brown concealer is perfect for this. Next, I'm taking MAC Face and Body in the shade C4, and I'm placing this all over my face with the paddle brush. This foundation is really great for people who are wanting a more light to medium coverage, and it also gives the skin just like a beautiful, radiant look, and it makes your skin look like skin. I love, love, love using this on my clients. I'll sometimes mix this face and body with my other foundations. If somebody wants more full coverage but still have that luminosity, you can do that. And if you notice, I'm not putting foundation right underneath my eyes just because I'm going to be concealing there anyways, like I am right here with the Pro Longwear Concealer. I just find that if I put foundation under my eyes as well as concealer, it can sometimes feel like too much makeup. And especially the eyes is such a sensitive area. You never want to just put so much makeup underneath there, because then it could crease and stuff. So now I'm just concealing. I'm going to be highlighting and concealing underneath my eyes, bridge of my nose, my forehead, around my mouth because I'm a little dark there, and on my chin. Next, I'm taking a damp beauty sponge and I'm just going to go ahead and press that into my skin, all the concealer, and I'm just tapping it Never rub, just tap. Next, I'm taking my trusted RCMA No Color Translucent Powder, and I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm not gonna put as much as I normally would, like I'm not gonna bake, just because I do want this to be a more dewy look. So I'm just putting a little bit of the translucent powder under my eyes right away to set it. This helps with creasing. And then I'm taking the excess powder that's on my beauty sponge and just putting it all over those areas I just highlighted. I'm taking this large face brush and I'm just wiping away the excess powder that I had on my face. I am taking MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in medium dark. I use this on all of my clients, and I am just patting that into my skin. I'm kind of avoiding the areas that I just highlighted, but I'm just pressing that into my skin. With the large blush brush, I am taking this bronzer, which is MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm just placing that on my cheekbones, and I'm going to be placing it underneath my jawline and just a little bit on my forehead, just to go ahead and sculpt out the face. I love the MAC Mineralized products. They're just so lightweight, really pretty on the skin, and here I'm taking this more angled brush and just kind of going on the sides of my nose just to give it a little bit of a nose contour, but nothing too crazy. If you feel like it went too dark like I did, I just took my original powder brush and just went over it. I'm just going to clean up the bronzer with some RCMA translucent powder by just creating a line from my ear to my mouth. I'm taking this shade here, which is Maud. This is the Amazonian Clay Tarte Blush Palette. Again, I love these because they are very long lasting, and I'm just swiping that on the apples of my cheeks. Now I'm just taking a large fluffy brush and just going to wipe off that excess powder that I had baking there for a little bit. This next step I always do, I'm taking this shade here, which is Crafty. You'll see how it swatches. It's so pretty. It's just like this really nice shimmery shade. And I always like to put that on top of the blush that I just laid over. And it just creates an extra little hint of glow. I love for anyone who's in weddings to be extra glowy and have beautiful skin. Taking this MAC highlighter palette, I'm going to be taking this middle shade, which is called Rosy Glow. And then I'll be taking the last shade, mixing them together. That one is called Light of the Party. And I'm going to spritz my brush with MAC Fix Plus just to give it a little extra vibrancy. And I'm going to put that all the places I want to highlight, which are the tops right there, a little dot on my nose, above my eyebrows, Cupid's bow, just to give my skin a little bit extra glow. And again, whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. So I'm gonna grab that lighter transition shade and go ahead and sweep that all the way across the bottom of my eyelid. Taking this second shade right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and sweep that again on the bottom of my eyelid just to create more depth and just darken it up a little bit more. Taking this shimmery champagne shade right here, I'm going to take it on a smaller detailing brush. I'm going to spritz my brush with Fix Plus because anything that's shimmery will give it a little bit extra vibrancy if it's wet, and I'm just going to place that on the inner corner of my eye to highlight it and give it a little extra pop. Next, I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade, and I'm just going to focus that on the outside corner of my eye. Taking a blending brush, this is a MAC 217, and I'm just going to sweep it along the bottom eyelid just to go ahead and make sure there's no harsh lines and that everything is blended together. Taking MAC's lip pencil in Soar, and I'm just lining my lips. I wanted a more peachy tone, so I'm putting on Kinda Sexy by MAC, which is right here, which I think gave me the effect I wanted. That's the look. Thank you so much for watching. This is a very popular bridal look that I get requests for a lot, so I hope you learned some tips and tricks and a little bit more insight on the products I use. Thank you.